Good morning. It's Wednesday, hump day. Johnny is not working today. Yesterday took everything I had in me out of me. The only job I had to do today was go replace a kitchen sink faucet for a guy from that church, from people from Egypt. Get a lot of work from those guys. Very nice people. But I need a break today, man. That job was intense, physical, mentally, the heat. So I've been getting a lot of comments, not a lot, but a few, and I think it needs to be addressed about me and anger. People, guys who are sitting in their house, probably retired, and they say, "John, you're so angry. Oh, Jesus." Well, I just want to tell you, and I know this, I've looked this up before. Anger is a normal response to tough situations, guys. I'm going to read this to you. And it's going to be pretty enlightening. So anger is an intense emotion that can be felt when something has gone wrong or someone has wronged you. It's a normal response to difficult situations, guys. It's a normal response. It can be characterized by feelings of frustration, stress, and irritation. Some physical effects of anger include a churning feeling in your stomach, tightness in your chest, a rapid heartbeat, tense muscles, and sweating. Yeah, I've experienced all of that. Anger can be helpful in some ways, such as increasing motivation. That's what gets me through the day sometimes. When I'm out here trying to do the work of fucking 2 or 3 guys by myself, increasing motivation. Anger can increase your motivation to move through a situation. It helps you set boundaries. Anger can help you learn to set boundaries with others to prevent feeling angry again. Anger can help you meet your needs. Anger can alert you that something doesn't make you feel content or that it needs to change. Anger can help you identify problems. Anger can help you helping you stay safe. Anger can give you a burst of energy to help you stay safe and defend yourself in dangerous situations. Assertive anger is a healthy way to express anger. It allows you to express your point of view without trying to hurt others. Yeah, I need to work on that one. Anger is an emotion characterized by antagonism towards someone or something you feel has deliberately done you wrong. Anger can be a good thing. It can give you a way to express negative feelings, for example, or motivate you to find solutions to problems. But excessive anger can cause problems. And I get that, man. I get that anger, it's frustrating down here, guys. To sweat your fucking balls off and be tortured for 6 months out of the fucking year. I'm tired of it, man. I'm fucking tired of it. After 37 years in this fucking heat, I gotta make change, but change is tough, man. It's tough to sell your fucking house and pick up and go somewhere else, You gotta weigh the pain of staying versus the pain of leaving. And there will be some pain. This is where I built my life, man, in Florida. Unfortunately, it's getting hard down here. Look at these fucking windows, man. It's September. I see guys that saying, "Oh, it's 50 degrees this morning and no humidity." Look at the fucking sweat dripping off my fucking windows outside. It's horrible, man. The fucking dogs don't even want to go out. They know it's painful. Bella sits at the back door and she's barking at me. She's angry too. She's like, let me in the fucking house. This sucks out here. It does, man. Can't candy coat it. That's why the smart people with money get the fuck out of here. They leave, man. Come back when it's fucking comfortable. And they're not out doing physical labor, man, in this shit. It really does take its toll on you, man. When you come home at night and you're all fucking cramped up, I have everything that was in my wallet yesterday spread out on my fucking kitchen table. Credit cards, my wallet, I could have wrung it out, man. It was so soaking wet from sweating. And the sweat yesterday was just dripping off of my shorts, man. It's not healthy, man. It is not healthy. I don't know how these guys who play for the Buccaneers, how they even practice in this shit, man. It's crazy. The fucking heat. And dangerous, man. It is fucking dangerous. The weather is getting worse, guys. I think it was I read a thing yesterday. It's been 90 days of weather over 100 fucking degrees in a state in the Southwest. New Mexico, I don't know where the fuck it was, but it's just too much, man. You can't, it fucks with you, man. It fucks with your, you are angry because it's fucking miserable, man. You can't see, your glasses are fogged up. It makes everything tougher, man. It makes a tough job tougher. And yes, I am angry sometimes when I'm working because it's a fucking struggle, man. It's not easy. It's not like standing somewhere, would you like paper or plastic? You know, in an air-conditioned workspace. You got bugs flying around in your fucking eyes, gnats flying up your fucking nose, goddamn shit flies landing on the fucking tip of your nose, trying to climb in your fucking mouth, sitting on your sandwich and throwing up. Buggy ass fucking state. Bugging me out, man. So yes, I am angry sometimes when I work. It would be easier if I had, you know, a huge crew and I could say, hey, come on guys, let's get this fucking 400-pound apparatus off the fucking back of the truck together. It would be simple, but no, Johnny's out there by himself. And I'm to the point, you'll say, well, why don't you get employees? I don't want employees. Employees come with a huge responsibility, man. Like today, I'm not fucking working. If I had employees, it's a responsibility of a fucking employer to make sure their people get their fucking hours in, man. And so as a small businessman, that shit all falls on me, you know. You wear a lot of fucking hats when you're a small businessman. And a lot of them don't fit right. You know what I'm saying? You imagine me as a HR fucking director? Human resources? You fucking kidding me? I'm the fucking accountant, the human resources officer, the guy who does the hiring, the firing. But I love it, man. This is how I have to get through the day, man. I carry a lot of weight. My personal life, my bills, trying to keep my head above fucking water. It ain't easy, guys. And a lot of you can relate. A lot of you guys are gonna come back with fucking, you know, well, I don't. Well, good for you. don't kick the guy next to you because he may be struggling a little bit. Anyways, I gotta pick and choose. The problem with that job yesterday, the jetter job, and a lot of people had all kinds of, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do this. I ain't going out and buying no fucking $1,000 jetter head and chain fucking knockers. I have chain knockers, but I gotta thread the needle between fucking damaging this fucking system. All I was doing was trying to blow as much shit out of that as I can. The rust buildup on the inside of that pipe, those pipes, is beyond my capacity or willingness to go further, man. Because I have no options if I fucking blow the side of the pipe out in multiple fucking spots. By putting a cable in there and being very aggressive. So I did what I wanted to do on that job, guys. I was not there to fucking, restore this fucking, this piping system, man. Which has been an issue since the time, for a very, very long time, is all I can tell you. So I passed the fucking ball to a team that can take care of that. They can go in there, be more aggressive, and try to clean that out. But if something blows out, they create fucking bigger problems, cracked pipes. They have a solution to that. They can say, hey, we're going to have to reline this. And I don't have those options, man. I have a very limited capability in a company with one fucking old guy with one foot in the grave and the other one on a fucking banana peel. You know what I'm saying? But they were friends of mine, man. I mean, I've known Paul for years, and I'm trying to help him, trying to save his daughter and her husband some money, because they got sold a fucking lemon, man. I mean, they're sitting there, his wife's sitting there with this beautiful little baby, and now they're gonna get stuck with probably a fucking, they're already almost $2,000 into this thing, man. Between me and the guy who came out and got $400 fucking dollars. Anyways, you do the best you can. Hindsight's always 20/20. You guys get to look at what I did and then criticize it. Well, I'd just like to see how you would, without the benefit of hindsight, what steps you would have taken. You know what I mean? Every move I make is pretty measured, guys. I'm thinking about the fucking consequences, what could happen, and will this spin out of control? You know what I mean? It's a controlled evolution, what I try to do, man. I'm trying not to be the guy who fucking turned it into a disaster. You know what I mean? If you go out there, and you're just standing there, well, I fucking put in the biggest cable I have with a chain knocker on it, and, it just knocked the shit out of your plumbing system, and it just doesn't work anymore. You're gonna have to move out, for 2 fucking months while we get this situated. And then you get a letter from a lawyer that you're being fucking sued. It's a lot of shit rattling around in my fucking brain when I'm out there doing shit for people, man. Liability's a big fucking issue. So I do the best I can. The Monday morning quarterbacks, which is a wonderful position to be in. You don't play in any of the games, but you show up on Monday fucking morning and you criticize or go over everything everybody did. Well, anyways, I'm taking today off, guys. I'm going to call these people up and I'm going to say, listen, I'm going to use the line that my tree guy said. I'm tired. I can't do it today. I'll be there tomorrow. It's not a big deal. They probably needed this faucet changed fucking 5 years ago. and they went out and bought one, and I'll go put it in, but it's gonna be on my fucking time. So it's a great day. I feel like I did them some justice. I'm waiting for the video to come in from this company to show the condition of, because my camera, even though I can see what's going on with my camera, the difference between the camera, which was just a little camera, man, with a zip drive in it, much better camera than mine. It was a rigid, and the picture was clear as could be, and you know, I can see what was going on, but with my camera, I actually have two of them. One of them's brand new. It's been sitting in my fucking, under my desk in my living room for fucking 2 or 3 years. I got it reconditioned, brand fucking new, all new push cable. Everything's been redone right from the factory. Got a great deal on it, but it may be time for Johnny to upgrade to a good camera, something where I can record to a zip drive. I do have a camera that I can. It's got a VHS. I can record to a tape. But, and I was gonna show you. I have some of them. I used to buy 20-minute tapes by the case. I'd buy 10 cases of them. With 50 tapes in each box, because we were doing so many inspections, man. And I'd drop them off to a place, and he'd burn them tapes to DVD with all the information, the nomenclature for the job, subdivision, lot number, address, but Johnny's getting old, man. I don't have the fucking energy. I put so much time into this job. I work 3 hours, and this shit with keeping my jetter equipment mobile, it's not really a good idea, because it takes a lot of effort for me to squeeze all that shit into my truck. When I left yesterday from that job, I was able to get my jetter inside the truck, but it's 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound box, man. I may have to do something. I've got the trailer in my backyard that all that shit was mounted in. I just can't spend that kind of time. An hour putting it on my truck, an hour taking it off at the job, a fucking hour putting it back on my truck. It's too much. That's why they have jetter trailers. You fucking pull up, you hook a hose up to it, and you stretch out the jetter hose. So it's not very efficient, especially with one guy. But we do the best we can. I think I wasn't there trying to sell them something they didn't need. I really wanted to get to the bottom of the actual condition, an honest assessment of what was going on in their fucking house. And unfortunately for them, they got fucking taken advantage of. The guy who sold them that house was a snake. He fucked them, man, bad. He sold them a house that just didn't work. And he got the fuck out of there, and he's a scumbag, you know? He's like Donald Trump. Donnie would do something like that. There's no fucking doubt. He has no ethical standards. There's no fucking depth. He won't go for his own benefit. And so these people feel taken advantage of. It's sad, man. It really is. But Johnny's tired today. I gotta go get a fucking massage, man. My fucking legs are all cramped up. My fucking butt cheeks are in knots. I gotta, I need a spa day, man. I need to get fucking back to center, man. When you're pushing yourself too hard, and I'm just telling you guys, you have no idea. I know I say it a lot, and a lot of guys are down here working, you know, air conditioning guys, you know, changing out a fucking capacitor, or, you know, twisting some wires together. It's not the same. Plumbing is a fucking very, very physical fucking job. Air conditioning's physical too when you're changing systems out. But I don't think it reaches the level of plumbing and what you have to go through. It's a tough job, and not many guys can do it. I can tell you that. More guys fucking walk away from this trade than stay in it, because it's tough, man. You gotta be a tough motherfucker to do this shit. And I see Steve Lav doing it. Even Mikey Pike. It ain't easy shit, man. You know. So I got a lot of respect for the guys who do this shit. You know. And we're fucking needed, Jackson. Take the plumbing out of a fucking house and all you have is a fucking garage, Jackson. That's it. A garage with the lights on. And it's nice and cool, but, you know, you gotta go out in a fucking sweaty ass outhouse to go to the bathroom. Nah. Check these out, guys. When I was doing my Airbnb, I had these cups made up, man, and it was of my lanai, you know, the guest house, and everybody who came, this was one of the gifts I gave them, man. They had a little gift package waiting for them when they got here. I had these cups made up. They kind of suck. They burn the fuck out of your lips when you put coffee in it, but I still got a couple cases of these stupid things. If anybody wants them, come get them. I'll put them out at the end of the driveway. I use these. The only time I use this cup is when I've dirtied all the other ones that I own. Yeah. It's what happens when you're single, man. I ain't got time for this shit. Coming home and being a fucking housewife? Come on. It's a lot easier to just come home and do fucking nothing. Lick my wounds, man. It rained like a son of a bitch, man, last night. When I was driving home from that job, I went to Joey D's, got some food, and somebody had a comment about the food I was eating, but I'll tell you what, it was a Philly cheesesteak, really good cut of beef, with lots of veggies in it, had some cheese. You know, Philly cheesesteak's not the best thing for you, but I'm a sandwich guy. It's my fucking Achilles heel, man. I did get a huge salad for like $7, man. You get a tossed salad that's fucking just massive. And I ate half of it and took the rest home and I finished it. So I got some good veggies in me. The French fries I get, they give you this huge fucking order. And it's enough for a whole family. And I eat like a handful of them. And that's it, man. You know, I'm pretty healthy, man. I tried my diet. Be a lot better if I could cook for myself, you know, every day. But my life's just not like that, man. I gotta do a lot of, you know, gotta do everything. Anyways, at some point today, I gotta get all this Jetta equipment off of my truck. I don't know why there's a relief system on my Jetta that if there's no flow and the temperature gets high enough, it'll recirculate the water coming out of the water pump, the high pressure pump. It'll recirculate back to that tank. But I gotta tell you, man, that water up in that tank, being out in the sun was hot, man. And I know that a lot of, I don't know, I don't think you can run hot water through a pressure pump. They don't want you to do that. They have you can use a hot box if you got a lot of grease. But the hot box comes after the pump. You put cold water through, your pressure clean, your jetter, and then that water goes through a hot box so that it's hot when it comes out of the end of the fucking hose. I was thinking yesterday, wow, maybe we could just use, hook up to the water heater and use that 50 gallons of hot water, but I think it would damage the jetter. You're not supposed to run hot water through the jetter itself. It's supposed to come after that. Every day's a learning experience, guys. Every day's a learning experience, but I gotta tell you, I have never seen a plumbing system so fucking bad. Just terrible, man. These poor people. So now they're forced to use just one bathroom in the house. The guest bathroom is a short run. The pipe's not in as bad a condition. The rest of, when that first branch that picks up the rest of the house, the kitchen, the master bathroom, and the laundry room, that's where it's really bad. So now they got to go to the bathroom in the guest bathroom. They can use the water, they can use the lavatory, they can use the shower, and they can use the washing machine because it's just water. And but flushing toilet paper down that line, it's gonna stop up every fucking time. I mean, literally. This is what it looks like, guys. It's called troughing. I've already gone over this, but I just want to. It looks like this, man. This is what this is the open space in the pipe, man. And you got to knock all this shit off. But a lot of times the guy who came and he was carrying. He's like, I think there's a crack up here. I could have gotten real aggressive. I've got chain knockers, guys. What the fuck? I've been in business for fucking 28 fucking years. But I wasn't sending them in there. I wasn't gonna fucking go in there and start busting this shit apart and say, oh fuck, 20 feet of pipe just collapsed. And have no fucking option for them, You say, well, you gotta pay me for what I did today. Totally destroy your fucking plumbing system. It's teetering on the fucking edge right now. I don't need to be the guy to push it over the fucking cliff. Anyways, hopefully they're gonna get this shit taken care of. There's a couple options, some guy said, well, how do you get rid of the troughing? They get aggressive with it, man. They get aggressive. They're gonna clean that pipe out. And it's gonna crack, it's gonna do all kinds of shit, but then they're gonna put a balloon in there with resin on it, and it's gonna cure, and they're gonna have a new pipe. Or, pipe bursting is a fucking option where you pull a pipe through there. You bust that shit away and pull the new pipe right through. But none of it is perfect. The only way to do it and have it come out perfect is to, cut the whole fucking house up. Cut the slab in half and basically rerun the pipes, man. Pluck them out. Pluck the cast iron out and put PVC in its place. Make sure everything's pitched perfectly. But you're gonna have to move the fuck out of that house, man. Cutting concrete. Even though they can try to keep the dust down, it's gonna be a fucking mess. Dirt piles, I realize I gotta go get some some cardboard paper, you know, some heavy duty paper, the shit they put down over new floors, and take the time to actually, you know, put some shit up on the walls and on the floor around where I'm working, because sewer work is a dirty fucking business, guys. You know, I cleaned that house up. There's no damage. I spent a half hour with some 409, and the day before I had used my Myers cleaner, but I was able to clean all of that up, all the splashes that were on the walls and shit. But I could do a better job of taping everything off. Just get this heavy duty paper and wrap the fucking wall wherever I'm working, cover the floor, use some towels to catch the water. But it's intense, man. It's intense fucking work, physically and mentally. And it makes it even tougher when you got a fucking guy who's with you who doesn't know his fucking ass from his elbow. You know? He's just asking questions, and, you know, it's a distraction. It makes you fucking angry, man. You're fucking in the middle of a dog fight. I ain't never seen a dog fight where the fucking dogs are just happy as fucking hell, you know? Smiling, wagging their tail. It's not what it is. Alright, guys, I'm gonna have to let you go. Thanks for spending some time with me. My therapy session, getting it out, it feels good. And yes, Johnny is an angry guy sometimes, but I try to offset that with happiness, man. When I'm not working, I really try to be positive, and like the other day, one of the things I did, I saw these two beautiful, I was at Detweiler's, man. They had pork sandwiches, you know, back to my terrible diet. But they had pulled pork, man. 2 sandwiches for $5 fucking dollars. So I go up and they're giving you a shovel full of pulled pork, man. So I'm walking out, I get 2 of them for $5. And I only wanted 1. I didn't want to eat 2 of them. So I'm walking towards my truck, and there's a car next to it with 2 beautiful women. One black woman and a Spanish girl, and they were just fucking hot as fuck, man. So I go up and I say, hey, sweetie. I said, would you guys like a pulled pork sandwich? I said, I just bought 2 of them, and I don't really want to eat 2 of them. I just wanted 1. And they're like, what? I was like, yeah, come on, man. Reach in this bag and grab one of them fucking things. And it was a fun, happy interaction. It was one of Johnny's random acts of kindness. And they took that pork sandwich, and I know they got like 3 blocks away from Detweiler's, and they were like, we gotta go back. You know? Because that shit was delicious, man. But I try to have some joy in my life. But this work is not easy, and it definitely can frustrate you. I think a lot of times there's a fine line between frustration and anger. I mean, I'm not ready to fucking kill somebody. That's anger. Yesterday in the news here in Sarasota, 2 fucking guys who are here working, their boss rented a fucking apartment for them to stay in. They were probably working out there at those houses that were flooded down on Lido Key. 2 fucking young guys, and the headline is 2 men killed each other. They stabbed the fuck out of each other. They both died. That's anger. Crazy story, man. But they were construction workers, man. Young guys. They got in a fight, and I guess both of them were packing fucking switchblades. They were probably Trump switchblades, and yeah, so they're gone today. They're on ice down at the fucking morgue That's anger. Don't confuse my frustration with anger. So anyways, have a great day, guys. That's kind of a morbid fucking story to end on, but, you know, this is Johnny Sunshine. Have a great day, man.